Hey guys, welcome back to part 3 of the MIT Reality Hack series. This one's a bit of a longer one, so grab some snacks and let's jump right in.
Build test.
Do me a favor.
What's our project? We need to scan that. Instantiate a ball there.
Save it out separately. Copy and paste.
Put a cube here, there. Down at the end of the hallway, and then again, end of the hallway. It looks very similar to this. Still currently building. Set it up so that you can redefine position by looking at the tracker again, but rotation does not change once you look at it the first time. It seems to be working. I'm going to purposefully look at it off axis first time, just to kind of stress test it. That's normal. It's taking longer than expected, but I expected that, so.
Right. And so the only thing I can think of is the potential overall option. Again,
Okay. So it seems to be working. I mean, they're practically there. They're practically in the right spot. So that should be fixed. I need to mess with the rotation because the issue was just one angle, and my solution last night was to set everything equal to the 0, 0, 0 when you load up the program. So if I load up the program looking this way, then, which is the direction of the target, then everything works fine. It works actually quite wonderfully.
So this is Brian from what is this, North Star Project, North Star team. I'm wearing the headset. It's really big. It looks big from the outside, I'm sure, but it feels big on your head too. Because of the size, you get a way bigger field of view. So the HoloLens that we're developing on is a 52-degree field of view.
This has around 90,
Yeah.
but it also has around 72 vertical,
Yeah.
which is the field of view. So it's 90 horizontal, 72 vertical, which is larger than any other AR headset currently on the market.
One of the cool things about this that he's been telling me is they have a Steam driver, which allows you to play any Steam VR game, like, say, Beat Saber, on this headset, which is something that most AR headsets can't do. I don't know how much you want to move the
camera in.
The way this is working is there are two screens back here, right? That's what these are. And the screen, these are two-way mirrors, and the screens are kind of bouncing off, right? Is that what's happening?
Pretty much.
Okay, that's awesome. So I can draw. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm drawing my logo.
Ooh, I see it.
That's pretty cool, actually. And it just kind of floats there in space. The tracking is a little wobbly compared to like the HoloLens, which I found that is very stable. But for something that's completely open source, this is incredible, actually. So,
What do you think of the hand tracking?
the hand tracking is actually really stable, and it's like interpolating. Like when I close my face, it's interpolating the where all of the joints are. It's not just assuming, or it's not saying, oh, I can only see 2 joints. I don't know what to do with the others. It is interpolating that, which is clever. So that's Leap Motion that's doing that, right? Okay. When I was testing out the Magic Leap, they said that AR or VR is like going to a virtual location, and AR is like bringing the virtual location to you. But this kind of finds a weird middle ground between that, like because you can still do those VR experiences. It's easy to let yourself focus on what's happening on the screen. But if you feel like, oh, maybe I'm getting too close to somebody or bumping into something, then you can just focus past what you're playing. Like if I'm, I can see there's a person right behind the part of my logo here, and I can focus past what I'm doing. But if I want to focus on my logo, I can't even see that guy anymore. So that's kind of neat. Do you know what the opacity of the screens is? because the
Usually
the
it's 50% anti-reflective and 50% reflective on the inside.
Okay.
So we actually have an anti-reflective coating on the outside of the lenses to keep light from coming into the headset. But that doesn't actually decrease the it doesn't tint it though. So you can still see through it clearly.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say this is a lot lighter than especially the in-rail glasses, but also the Magic Leap headset. It's a lot
Brighter.
a lot brighter than those.
And the color reproduction is better.
Yeah, the color reproduction is actually quite phenomenal here. Do you have any plans for something?
We're working on it.
You're working on it? Okay.
Yeah, it's really difficult to
Yeah, I would imagine.
high power USB and also high throughput data.
Yeah.
It's different technology, right?
Yes,
The HoloLens
yes.
uses really complex optical systems, waveguides. It has room meshing. There are features that our headset doesn't have that the HoloLens does, right? Like there's no room meshing for this yet. We're working on it, but like it's not there yet.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like the HoloLens is also way more compact. It's objectively more comfortable, and it has a really cool hinge on it that you can like flip up.
Yeah.
So there's definitely upsides to the HoloLens and like we're not trying to bash other headsets. It's just that we're trying to like make this more accessible for people who literally can't afford a HoloLens.
I mean, if you're a tech head right now, you can go and build this today. I mean, well,
Yeah.
you'd have to buy the parts and all that, but
Yeah, maybe 2 weeks or so.
yeah, but you could buy one pre-built for how much is it pre-built?
Pre-built 500.
500. Or
that to be clear, that doesn't include the sensors.
Doesn't
So you
include-
have to buy the leap motion and whatever you use for tracking.
this one's the Leap Motion,
Yeah.
right? And then this is the Intel RealSense.
Yep.
Okay, so you'd have to buy these two
Separate.
separately. Okay, well, thank you for talking to me.
Of course.
This is
Pleasure.
super unique. So, thank you very much. If you've never participated in a hackathon, this is what it looks like. It's incredibly busy. Tons of people, bunches of tables in big open areas. Obviously, each hackathon differs, but this is the MIT Reality Hack. This is one room. There's another room through those doors that's about the same size, same amount of people. And then there's also downstairs, there's some more people. It's absolutely hectic here, as you can probably tell from the audio. It's real loud. This is my table and my team. We are putting up some of the last big edits on our project before we start doing more of the fun stuff. It's snow!
Are you ready to experience snow for the first time, ZT?
Our team member Jatine has never seen snow. So we're taking a bit of a team building exercise.
So fucking nice.
I only have one hand, so I can't really compact it. Ah. This is like real powdery. It's nice.
Did you guys know it snowed or it was snowing?
I saw it earlier.
I just came down and I was like, what the Argentina, this is gonna be your first snowball.
This is my Dev Day 2 vlog update. Last night was pretty rough. At the end, at about 10:45, I got frustrated and gave up for the night, which was kind of rough, but I had gotten so deep down the rabbit hole that I had just, I couldn't think clearly. So I thought I'd give it a rest for the night and come back fresh tomorrow. And fresh I came back, solved the issue in like 15 minutes this morning, so that was great. We moved on from there. I kept tweaking the position of our points of interest for our app until I was satisfied with it. I think we got to a pretty good point, and from there we started building out, or we started employing the cat pet motion script that my team members were creating while I was figuring out the locations. So they were creating a script that would move our pet, in this case a cat, from point A to point B to navigate our user to where they want to go. Now in our build we can
see all the points of interest, which will eventually be removed visually. You won't be able to see them. You'll just be able to see the catwalk between them. We can make the catwalk between them, and but the animation doesn't go right now. They're figuring out the animations right now, and then that will be the core of our build done. They've given us an extra hour today, making our development time today 16 hours. 16 and a half hours actually, which is just ridiculous. So we're basically pulling an all-nighter. I'm running a test build here in a moment that's deploying right now to test out the animal area, or the points of interest and the animals. We're having an issue where it's running slowly, so we're trying to optimize our program now.
At the end of day 2, this is where we were at, with a world loading in almost 180 degrees from where I need it to be. So, needless to say, I was pretty frustrated with this result. The cat's not going where we need them to. They're kind of floating, they're not animating. Most of these we didn't actually end up having the chance to fix, which was quite disheartening.
Behind you.
I'm back at the hostel. Again, just like yesterday, it ended pretty rough. Not quite as rough, but had a bit of a catastrophe issue. And I think we're back to a working state. So I've done about all I can. Technically, we're not supposed to work on our projects after hours, but I had one little tweak that I just didn't have the time for. So I took care of it. And hopefully that works. I've done as much testing as I can without the HoloLens to test on, and it seems to be doing what it needs to be doing. So it's exciting, but also I'm very tired. It's currently, I believe, 1:30 in the morning.
The next day was the mad dash to the finish, and as such I didn't make any recordings or anything like that until we were done with development, pencils down. So here's a video of my teammate Sam stealing my phone and recording a video on it, thinking I wouldn't notice. At the end of the day, this is roughly what we had to present to the judges, which was not at all what we had wanted. It was askew and not perfect like we had hoped. But we had fun building it, and we think what we built was pretty okay.
Are you seeing a cylinder right on the poster? Okay, cool. So if you look over here, are there some buttons, some kind of squares? Where are they? They're right here? Right here? So go ahead and click on the kitchen button, and it should just be as simple as clicking on it. You'll hear kind of a click noise.
That's that.
Oh, awesome. So the cat's looking at you now to say, okay, so it has an idle animation. So the cat is turned around facing you, as if to say, hey, come follow me to your destination. So if you follow the cat, you'll see the cat will turn around and it'll walk you where it needs to go. So you selected to go to the kitchen. It's going to walk you to the kitchen. It's going to stop so now it's taking you to the kitchen, and in the future we could add an animation here that would say, when you reach the destination, lay down. Because a cat, when it lays down, is laying down for a nap. It's not going to get up to walk around. So that would be a good indicator that you've reached your destination. built this program. We built actually this hallway in Unity to scale. Unfortunately, because of the glare on that poster, we're getting a little bit of world shift. So it's kind of turned the world 90 degrees, unfortunately. But you could have chosen any one of those buttons and it would have taken you to a destination. It just would have been like through the wall there, which is why we're choosing the kitchen. In theory, in the future, we could use Azure Spatial Mapping to have a user map out their entire home, and they can set key locations. They can say, this is the living room, or this is the kitchen. And then later on, they can call that up by scanning whatever their poster is, and they can say, take me to the kitchen, or take me to the bathroom. And it would take them there. Their cat would take them there. You could also, once we have solid indoor navigation happening, we can then integrate things like safety features. You talked about the stove, but also, let's say an elderly dementia patient has to take their medication every night at 6 p.m. We can build an event system that at 6 p.m. will make the cat dance around to get the attention of the user, and then walk to the kitchen, and when they get into the kitchen, there's a little icon that says, it's time to take your meds. As this technology becomes more everyday, we would see a future where your friend could have their house mapped out, and so rather than asking them, hey, where's the bathroom, and they have to explain, oh, it's down the hall, but it's not the tall skinny door, it's the third one on the left. You can just say, navigate me to so-and-so's bathroom, and it takes you there.
This is development day 3. The final day, we had from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. to finish up our code and commit it to a Git repository. That was pretty brutal, and there were a lot of hiccups along the way for pretty much everyone. So they gave us an extra hour. They pushed it back until 2 p.m. So we got everything done. Everything works, except we're having an issue where the world, our points of interest on our map are kind of turned. They're kind of the wrong way, which is unfortunate, and it made our demos for the judging a little sketchy, along with some glare issues and some recognition issues with Vuforia, which is the service we use to recognize the poster on the wall. It's been kind of difficult today, but everything works. We at least have a working project that we can demo, which means we're not disqualified. We had 7 or 8 judges stop by. I know a lot of other tables only had 2, 3, maybe 4, so that's promising. We have committed everything to GitHub. We're pushing it all right now, and it feels good to be done. It feels really, really good to be done. It's been a stressful 3 days. It's been tiring, but it's been rewarding. It's been really, really rewarding. I wouldn't so much say fun, but it's definitely been rewarding. I've learned a lot, and I can't give enough thanks to the people on my team and the mentors here at the MIT Reality Hack who helped guide us through some of our big pain points. So that has been, it's been a great experience, but very stressful and very challenging. But I guess that's the point. I'll try and keep giving you as many updates as I can, but today was the last day of development and the day we had to turn everything in, and tomorrow will be commencement and the public exhibition. After judging had finished up and we'd packed away all of our stuff, Microsoft invited us to an event where we could network amongst our peers as well as with some Microsoft folks. So that's where we went, and we had a little bit of a pre-game for the after party.
To completed projects. Yay! Woo! Oh, got you.
my god.
Oh my god. No, don't do that to yourself. How did you immediately talk yourself back into that? Holy shit.
That was like this.
Dude,
See that switch? He's like, this is a bad idea. I'm gonna call Herb. Herb, I'm not gonna go to the club. Oh my god, we're gonna go to the club.
Low-key, I was like, if Herb's in, I'm in too. Yeah, dude.
You were calling him to tell him you weren't in.
Right, and then he was like,
and then you're like, all right, cool, let's do it.
he said he's gonna be there. I'm like, we're there. Yeah, let's go. Man.
What about the Kool-Aid Man?
You know how he burst through a wall and like, oh yeah.
Is that your justification for going to the club?
I mean,
because the Kool-Aid Man busts through a wall and says, oh yeah.
Yeah, we just. It's probably, I mean, if you think about it, like
Best idea ever.
You know the Kool-Aid Man's not real, right?
I have no justification. All I can say is it'll be fun, I think. I think.
The following day was the commencement and announcement of awards, where we found out that we won nothing. In a surprise to hopefully no one, our project wasn't as completed as we had hoped it was. And because of that, we just couldn't pull out a W on this one. After the awards was the expo, where we had a last chance to view our competitors' projects as well as some cutting-edge hardware.
This is like it really is no lag. Like there's some kind of tearing a little bit. Whereas this one,
that's because the computer is overheating.
This is a VR haptic glove, so it's got haptic feedback and some fibers here to kind of give you force feedback. That's really cool. It does feel like what I imagine a power glove would feel like.
I am now in the airport and my trip is officially over. It's bittersweet. I'm excited to finally get home, but also I'm gonna miss this event. It was really an incredible opportunity. I had a lot of fun. I didn't win anything, unfortunately, but it was a great networking opportunity. I connected with a lot of really incredibly talented people that I am eternally grateful for being there and being able to work with. My team was phenomenal. So it's bittersweet to leave, but I am ready to go home. So this will be my last recording in Boston, at least until next year. Thank you guys so much for watching part 3 of the MIT Reality Hack series. If you missed any episodes, I'll have a playlist on the channel. And if you like this type of content, leave a comment down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to do all of the other YouTube stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.